Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4-hour still in and around that support straight resistance area, just below it at the moment. Still obviously within a period of tightening volatility, as we can see. It's sort of like one of those dead heartbeat charts, although not quite, because obviously we've got higher lows, but yeah, you can see what I mean. Volatility is declining. We're probably going to have to expect a big move in some direction at some point. So yeah, we shall firstly go and have a look over at the stock market futures to see what they are saying, and they are looking pretty bearish. So if this does break down from here, obviously that is probably gonna drag crypto down with it. I mean, I keep saying about peak FUD. I thought we were at peak FUD for global markets, but we've had a whole new load of more FUD. We've got basically more lockdowns in China. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but are these guys just trying to turn the screw on the US, on inflation, on their dollar, and what they're doing? Is that what they're trying to do? Are they trying to basically destroy the dollar? Maybe. It is an interesting time. Also, Russia is asking China for help as well, so that's hitting Chinese, particularly tech shares, hitting Chinese companies, because obviously then there's obviously the risk priced in that China does help them, and then they get sanctions and things, and then that just it's just going to cause a mess. So yeah, whilst I thought we were previously at peak FUD, we found some more FUD. We found some more FUD, and so obviously, could we be at peak FUD now? We shall have to see. We shall have to see what happens. But yeah, clearly there is a lot of fun and games going on in the world at the moment. So yeah, it is a pretty tough environment for these markets to navigate. Just all I will say, we've just got to cling on to the fact all this instability, all this financial, basically the finance 1.0 system being fully weaponized. We just got to hope that at least gives us a bit of a bid for crypto, and even if that's just enough of a bid to keep us trading sort of sideways within a wider range, rather than collapsing down with what could potentially happen with other markets, like such as the stock market. But what I will again say is that is obviously very hopeful, very optimistic, very bullish thinking, and we shall have to actually see how that does play out. We also want to have a look at oil getting whacked. I mean, again, this is I've been talking about the demand destruction. This move down is now obviously based on demand destruction, especially with what is going on with more lockdowns in China. So yeah, there you go. Price coming down pretty emphatically. It was looking very toppy, this, and we were saying this was the one that was looking most bearish out of these charts, and yeah, it is obviously interesting to see it come down. We obviously not really coming down as much, just that initial pullback and holding up there. Food prices, I think, are going to be a problem. The dollar index holding up there again, but like I said, this could be a double top. We could be due a nice pullback in this. Things have got to calm down at some point. 10-year going for it, going absolutely nuts, putting the squeeze on monetary conditions. Clearly this is a not a good sign in the context of obviously stocks down, basically oil down, things struggling. To see the 10-year creep up like this, obviously in a risk off environment you'd expect to see this come down, but it's not. It is going up, so obviously it's factoring in just problems, inflation problems, and and maybe increased supply chain problems. I mean, it's hard to say exactly what is moving the bond market at any given point, but this is not particularly a good move to be going on in this environment. The ruble, maybe this is looking like it's going to turn a corner. Obviously whacked. I mean, from a Russian perspective, if it is going to basically start to grow closer ties with China, if the global economy is going to slow down, as a result of what is going on. Maybe that's going to impact everybody else and not just Russia, which has been sanctioned. So maybe as a relative trade or currency being relative, maybe it is going to strengthen up. We shall see. Potentially this has bottomed. What else? Ethereum Satoshi pairing still within this descending channel. So obviously threatening to try and break up, but nothing as of yet. And the USD pairing again very low vol within this pennant still here. And yeah, I mean again awaiting a move. So yeah, particularly tough times. I mean, stock market's realistically gotta pump from here. Things have gotta calm down. Otherwise, yeah, this is setting itself up for a dump. You could potentially try and draw a descending wedge, but I would probably look more at a descending channel. Either of those though can have a good statistical chance of a bullish resolution. So yeah, we'll see. And don't forget, number always go up. Stock market number always go up eventually. Just obviously you just get big dips in the meantime. Gold, let's have a look how Peter Schiff is doing. He was gloating about things, but yeah, gold getting whacked. Interesting to see in such a difficult environment. Obviously part of this is the bond yields rising is obviously negatively impacting gold, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I've been working on the basis that we are going to have a high value relationship for gold relative to this price action down here, but that does imply a floor of basically around 1840 to 1880, of which we're not at yet. So yeah, we could basically trade sideways within a winner range like here before maybe moving up, maybe moving down. Who really knows? But all I will say is whacked basically in the face of obviously a difficult environment. Stocks down, gold down, oil down, dollar up, 10-year up. I mean, it's not optimal financial conditions here. So yeah, let's be careful with what happens to we. But like I said, I thought we were at peak FUD, but and obviously there was a significant more FUD came into the market, so maybe we're at peak FUD now. Who knows? 4 hour is turning back down here. 10 hour. Let's wait for it to load up. I suspect it maybe isn't looking as good as we want it to. Oh, not looking too bad. It has turned up, but again, is obviously losing a bit of its upward momentum. And then 12 hour tried to turn up, but is pointing back down again, and daily is diving as well. So between those three, I mean, you can cling to the 10 hour feeding through, but we do need to basically get back to 40,000. Otherwise, that's going to struggle. 2 day pointing down, 3 day down, 5 day freshly turned down. Weekly also looking weak here with its upward momentum. So yeah, all in all, not looking too great. But obviously, one thing I will say is that crypto, in my opinion, Bitcoin itself, price-wise, is holding in pretty well relative to what is going on around it, and I think that is potentially with what has obviously got the shenanigans that have gone on with weaponizing finance 1.0 and the dollar. I think there is just going to be a constant drip feed bid into cryptos as people look just to either diversify, being something that can't necessarily be censored and or stopped, and then also something that can easily move cross border as well. So I think there will be a constant drip feed bid. It just is the case of, does that bid basically outweigh whatever selling or whatever FUD may be going on in markets, and whatever liquidity needs to be basically raised, i.e. sold and then into cash at any given time. But I think we've got that constant bid in the market, which at the moment is obviously keeping the price in relative equilibrium, even in the face of other markets taking downturns. So yeah, difficult times. Let's hope crypto can pull through and do what it was intended to do. But obviously that is a big ask. So yeah, there you go, guys. Remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.